Absolutely look forward to this on every Monday night. Well, the Dockers have moved to 2-1 in what can only be just ugly but frustrating win. But anyway, they got the points. G'day, Ross Lyon.
G'day, Brad. G'day, Carl.
Now, you would have watched the game back. How did you feel watching it the second time around? You would have been emotionally involved the first time you saw it.
Just as frustrated. Well, I felt we dominated the game, and our inability to kick straight, and then our inability to go into forward 50 with a really strong method and just hit the free players just really cost us a really commanding win and kept us under pressure. Like the 1-6 in the third quarter. You know, I said to Peter Summich, not much more we can do. Can you get them kicking them? So, but in the end, you know, it was a dominant defensive and contested ball performance, and our method with the ball. We certainly 52 entries to 20 just sort of highlights the domination without a true result, you know.
Mate, you should have absolutely smashed them if you had a kick straight. But the point I'd like to make, were you shaking your head at how bad both teams were under no pressure? Oh, I thought the footy was flat.
You're right. I think Malcolm Blight talks about you can get off football, so maybe we have one of them. But look, we were really concerned at our inability to hit a target. There was lots of fumbles, and there was no excuse. It was a perfect day. So look, you're going to have those games. Like round one, I thought was slick, and but our inability to put scoreboard pressure on in the Sydney game hurt us. Second half, we had 42 entries to 17. Second half on the weekend, it was 30-9. So we've worked really hard in the review, and now we'll train it about, you know, finding the free player and not just trying to bludgeon it through. So out of it, we think we can improve.
Ross, I think we've all been around long enough, though, haven't we? You can only be sometimes as good as the opposition allow you to be. Quite clearly, Vossi and Brisbane's tactics was damage control from second one, so it was always going to be a little difficult, wasn't it? I mean, they were getting numbers behind the ball, and that does make life difficult. And as much as you try, sometimes it just doesn't come off. Yeah,
I'm probably reluctant to talk about the opposition, and they probably, as a young team, and have been smacked the week before, and Subiaco and all of those things. They probably, I think Michael was on record, they were a bit too conservative with the ball, but yeah, we can only control what we can. I said, look, we still have plenty of opportunities. We just got to take them and improve our method, because teams are going to try different things. But at the end of the day, you know, if we can build on it and improve with, you know, Mundy building and Barlow building, and we think Fife's going to be okay to keep going, we think there's, with Valentine coming back, there's plenty of improvement left in us.
You're looking forward to your reception you're going to get this week?
Yeah, I've got the spray jacket ready. Michael Gardner rang me and said I've got a couple of black vans to pick you up at the airport and give you good security. So, look, but in all seriousness, it really is about we're flying in to play what's been an elite team, really, over the last few years, and their star players look on top of the ground, running really quickly and really good nick. So we're excited by the challenge. We want to go to Melbourne. We want to get the 4 points. And we want to get on the plane and come home.
Because you know that this assignment is not going to be easy.
No, it's going to be difficult. They're really building. Look, they've modified a little bit, and the 3 12 forwards as opposed to 2 that when I was in charge. But their midfield's the one: Dalsano, Hayes, Goddard, Montagna, you know, those types, Jack Stevens. So it's going to be a midfield battle to see who can give the best supply to their front half. But we're excited. We want to be a team that can play anywhere, anytime, and what a wonderful opportunity to go to Melbourne, full house, and the football world, big stage Friday night.
Ross,
that's what it's about.
Ross, how's your personality? Are you happy that, look, a lot of the sideshow is going to be on you returning, and does that allow the players to, you know, to get under the radar a little bit if they're all concentrating on, what sort of reception is Ross Lyon going to get when he comes back?
Look, I think that's a really good point. There was a grand final we were in, and I did a lot of the media just to shield the players a little bit. And certainly this week, if the focus is on me and the players can relax and just focus on the job at hand, I think that's a real win for us. And but I don't underestimate the St Kilda Football Club and their professionalism. Certainly there'll be a circus on the side. And look, if it feels Etihad Stadium and we play, I don't think there's been too many Fremantle St Kilda games that have been a sellout. So I think we'll take that on Friday night and try and get the points and come home.
Well, Ballantyne will take a little bit of the pressure off you, because he's sure to have his own little bit of attention as well, isn't he? After what he came out and said, he's not going to change and keep playing that way. And I don't think you want him to change either, do you?
No, I don't. It was a bit like you, Carl. Sort of inside him and fire him up. And But the big one is you got to be able to deliver, you know. So at the end of the day, we'd love Hayden to be a premiership player like you are, and I just love his line in the sand and no backward steps. So
you're going to play him on Milt?
Who am I? Pardon? Yeah, him and Milty be a good match, wouldn't they? They shake hands and one to kick 8, one to kick 7.
That'd be a good contest to watch. Hey, just on Pavlich, I've got to ask you: would you, or are you trying to get him to a point where he plays closer to home? Because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I sort of get frustrated when there's no one to kick to. And there was a number of times on the weekend where you won the footy, had some clean play, and then you sort of got to wait.
Yeah, that's right. I've sort of tried to isolate him at full forward a fair bit in the second half. And, you know, he likes it in the midfield early to get into the game and then push him forward. And we're trying to isolate him. But if anything, it was too selfless on the weekend, giving Dak Clark and Kepler and Maney the P spot. But I've spoken to him about, well, you be the P, mate. You're our captain. But let's get,
so
drive
you
the ball through
call?
you. Yeah, they work on it, and they try and isolate and separate. But I thought he was too selfless, and I just want him to see himself as the P, and let's work the ball through him more. I think it's a really good point you make.
I was pleased for Clancy Pearce. We spoke about him last week, and he started to find a little bit of comfortableness in the team up in there in Sydney. I thought he finished well. I thought he played well again on the weekend.
Yeah, well, you know the battle, isn't it? It's that self-belief at the level, and some people have it naturally, and others have to work really hard. And I'm really pleased as well. He's worked really hard and he's getting reward for effort. I think if you fuel belief in them when they do the work and give them opportunity, it's great to see them grow. And that's one of the, get a lot of satisfaction as a coach, but when you see that happen, that's a part of it.
Now, you won't have Fife, you won't have Mel.
No, we think Fife will play.
Oh, you think he'll play?
We think he'll play.
Gee, that's big. What about Mellington?
No, he'll have surgery tomorrow. He's got a significant hamstring.
Yep.
Tendon. I think the clubs have released something.
He's out for the year.
So Julian Feller will operate in Melbourne tomorrow.
So is that off the bone, or is that one like Rewald?
No, not off the bone. It's tendon. It's a tendon issue.
Inside.
I'm a bit out of my realm here, but it's certainly tendon. Bit of a tear, so needs some surgical intervention. But there's a great history of like Gibson and Rewald along those lines coming back, and so potentially he could be back around 18.
Silvani Lower, one of our listeners asking how they're tracking or how you see them in their...
Yeah, Lower's first came back in the waffle after 4 weeks suspension or whatever it was, and Silvani was one of the emergencies on the weekend, but McFarlane and Dawson and Johnson have been getting the job done at all, so he's just going to have to be a little bit patient. But, long term, he's a key defender for us, and in the short term, he'll certainly play his part. So he's a full understanding where he's at. He's
been playing a lot forward in the waffle, though, and I just wanted to know, is that something that you want to see?
Yeah, I want him to develop his footy a little bit more. Just, rather than track someone around, show some initiative, get after the ball and become, more of a total footballer. So then when he goes into the fence, he'll be able to bounce out a little bit more and understand the game a little bit more.
Normally indoors under Friday night lights, you probably wouldn't want to take a too tall a team in, but you're probably going to have to this week with Rewald, Koschitzky, Stanley, to name just 3 of their taller forwards, and of course they've got the rucks as well. Yeah,
they're a tall front half, but I'm sure Dawson, McFarlane and Johnson and, McPhee can handle their height. But a bit like last week, it's about midfield forward 50 pressure. It doesn't matter who it is. If it comes in clean, you're going to be in trouble, but if you pressure it, we expect the defence to stand up. So the same onus will be put on up the field, bit of total team defence. 20 entries against would be nice again, though.
Yes, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? An all-time low, I think that was on.
Yeah, record. We got rid of it off the Fremantle panel there, so that was good. Yeah.
Oh, good stuff, Ross. Thanks for that.
No
we
worries,
appreciate it. And
cheers,
good luck on Friday.
Thanks, guys.